Hi, it's Miss Yvette. I wanted to talk to you about some de-escalation techniques. I've been hearing from some parents about how their children are just really battling some anxiety and tantruming and having some difficulties at home. So these are some techniques that might help. So the first one is to validate their feelings. So even if your child is nonverbal, if they are expressing and showing that they're very frustrated or upset because they're tantruming, it's okay for you to gently say to them, I see that you're really upset. Your face is showing me that you're angry or upset or disappointed. And speak to them as simply as you can. They understand a lot more than we give them credit. But also, just do the best that you can to just validate how they're feeling. And if they are able to express themselves, use words like, I can see that you're really upset. I want you to use your words and not, and just calm down, or something along those lines. Secondly, you may want to get at your child's level, and because that feeling of like standing over a child that's tantruming isn't easy for them. They really read our body language, so that's something to consider. Silence sometimes works also, so you just have to kind of feel out the situation. Sometimes just decreasing stimulation by shutting off the lights or trying to make the environment more quiet, that might help. Giving them space. When they're ready to talk, let them talk. If they can, a lot of times what we do is like, what's wrong? And the truth is, they're so full of emotions that they can't express themselves. So what happens is, a lot of times our emotions are whenever we start perseverating on something in general, I'm always telling people this, our frontal lobe will perseverate and keep thinking about the thought. So just your thought goes on and on and on over and over again. And let's say for our children, it's like they're like really upset because they can't see a show that they want to see, or they can't go outside because of the circumstances we're dealing with right now, right? So they might be fixated on it and can't get past it, and that's part of the tantrum. So trying to that's on the frontal lobe, but trying to a lot of times their emotions might also be in the right side of their brain, where they're just feeling so emotional and so upset. So trying to activate the left side of the brain also helps, like putting calming music on, especially instrumental music, because of the beat. Believe it or not, it's like your brain starts to count. I'm always telling teachers to do this. And also just giving them another thought, distracting them with something else they like. Instead of focusing on what the problem is, just trying to distract them and change the subject in their head. And then once they calm down, address the situation. So we call that baseline. So once they are completely calm, then you can revisit the situation and say, I know you're really upset before, what happened, or it depends on the level of the child, right? You could show them pictures and symbols. If they are verbal, do some reflective listening, even though it may sound silly that they might be tantruming over a toy. Just taking the opportunity to hear them out, listen to them, and just, again, validate their feelings helps. The other thing to really consider is deep breathing exercises. You can take visuals and use visuals, and there are a lot of calming techniques. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out, and you can email me. I'll put my email below, and you can, and we could find different ways that might help. So those are just some ideas. Just know that it's, and I've been saying this during parent support meetings also, it is normal for our students and our children to have anxiety. We have anxiety. I mean, this is a really crazy time, and it's okay for them to feel the way they're feeling. We just have to teach them techniques to calm down, to learn to take a break, to know that you could designate a certain area. Like I've said this in previous videos, like you could designate a specific area of your home as the break area, and find something that, give them an opportunity to do calming activities there, so that that's a place where they can relax. So if you have any questions, you could feel free to reach out. Have a really great rest of your day.